Hello, we're back here in Laveen, Arizona with Jose.
Hello.
So last time we were with Jose, it was spring and his roses were blooming and they looked very nice. So we're back here after our Arizona summer, which is always the toughest time to keep our roses alive and looking well. And we're gonna check on Jose's roses. So Jose, how have they been doing?
I think they've been doing great this year.
Yeah.
It's like compared to the last ones that I had, these are doing well, real good. They look real nice though.
Yeah. So I took a look at them, and Jose's roses do look really good, especially it being summer. I think a couple of them do look better than my roses, so I'm a little jealous. So I think it's good that we've got Jose's roses looking good all through summer. That's usually if a rose is gonna we're gonna lose a rose, it's gonna be over the really hot Arizona summer. So happy to hear that they're doing well. So Jose, you have been watering with a soaker hose, correct?
Yes, soaker goes twice a day, an hour and a half in the morning, an hour and a half in the evening.
Okay, yep. So we did do a video where we put down a soaker hose out here for Jose, and it's been working for him. And so, like Jose said, twice a day, hour and a half each. For me, this doesn't match my watering schedule at all, but it's been working very well for Jose. So, um, you know, keep watering. If it's working for you, keep using that schedule. Um, I think you could do a number of different watering schedules, especially in the summer. I've heard of twice a day, once a day. I do every other day, but whatever's working for you, as long as you get good water on the rose and you're watering it deeply. So yeah, just no shallow watering. So Jose is here in Laveen, and he does have very clayey soil. So we did have to do a lot of amending and over-X to kind of get the soil to drain properly. And I'm very happy that with the watering schedule, it's been able to drain, and the roses do look really nice. So let's take a look at these roses. Okay, so here is one of Jose's roses. We actually planted this one on camera. So if you're interested in seeing how to plant roses in clayey soil, we do have that video up on my channel. You can check it out. This one is looking really, really good here, especially for living in Arizona summer. This one looks better than all of my roses right now. You can see it's got nice green foliage, some new blooms. It stayed nice and full, so very happy with the way this is looking right now. So this one Jose planted on his own. This was Peace. I believe he got it from Home Depot. This one obviously not doing as well as the other one, but I do want to show it. So this one may or may not make it through, but I believe what actually happened was this wall here behind it is kind of putting too much shade on this rose, because you can see where the shade of this wall would shade kind of the bed that the rose is in and probably not allow the water to dry out. And roses do like a lot of water, but they also don't obviously want to sit in the water all the time. So I think that that's what happened here. So this is a good learning lesson. So if Jose replants this rose, he probably just needs to move it over a little bit to a more sunny spot in his yard, and I think it will end up thriving there like the Barbra Streisand rose. All right, this is the other rose that Jose got from Barrage. This one I believe is called Candy Cane. This one's also doing quite well. It's got little blooms on it. There's very small, um, very cute, but that is what happens in the summer here. It is hot, and the roses end up not blooming, so big. But it is blooming. The foliage looks nice and green, so I'm very happy with this rose for Jose. Okay, so here we have another rose that Jose got from Home Depot. Don't remember the name, but it is some sort of pink rose. So this is actually what I would expect most roses to look like after Arizona summer. Um, you can see here, I believe this is like some salt burn on the leaves. This happens to mine all the time. Very common for the leaves to kind of burn and turn brown. You can see here the foliage is like a lighter green, and then you can see the greening in the veins. So this probably needs a little bit of iron, but again, this happens to my roses, all of my roses in the summertime. Same thing here. So it is putting on new growth, so it's doing just fine, but this is kind of what they end up looking like through Arizona summer. Once it starts to cool down a little bit more here in Arizona, we'll start our fertilizing again, probably get some iron on this, and the cooler weather will help the foliage start to look nice again. So over here, Jose has 3 roses, 2 of which were already here in his yard, and the third back there, way in the back, is ketchup and mustard from Baird's Nursery. So these guys probably don't look as good as the others. They still look, in my opinion, very well for sitting through the Arizona heat. I do think that these look a little lesser just because they get too much shade. So the roses, even though it is summer, they still like their sun. So they're getting quite a bit of shade right now. So I think Jose probably needs to trim up the yard and the tree a little bit. That way these guys can get a bit more light, especially here for the fall. That way they can start blooming again. But again, there's nothing wrong. This happens to my foliage all the time. This is very common to see. But they are putting on new growth, so they are doing just fine. You can see this ketchup and mustard is kind of trying to grow more towards the light, and it does have quite a bit of like salt burn on the end of the leaves. This shouldn't be any concern. This rose should be doing fine. We'll just have to get some more light on it and fertilize it once we get the cooler weather, and these should look very nice.